I've been asked to talk to you a little bit about how the economy has affected the city of Chardon. We have, over the last 2 years, had a reduction in our income tax revenues, which we are very dependent on. We do not depend on real estate taxes like county government. Almost entirely our budget is driven by an income tax, which approximately 5 years ago went from 1% to 2%. When we were living on a 1% income tax, we were accustomed to having no money. So we were prepared going into the economic downturn of 2008 with having cut back to make our budget match a 1% income tax. We are also very fortunate in the city. We do not depend on a lot of state aid. When we receive state grants or state revenue sharing monies, we use that as additional budgeting monies. We also are not dependent on the inheritance tax, which many other communities are dependent on. And we used inheritance tax to build the basketball courts, to do an improvement down at Millharder Park on Southampton Street where we have 2 ball fields. So when the estate tax is being removed, we aren't running around trying to plug that budget hole. We've seen about an 8 to 10% reduction in our income tax revenues. Housing starts were almost at 0 for a period of 12 months. We're starting to see a rebound in the housing market, and you can also see over the last 2 years we had very few new business starts. So Chardon is in a very strong financial position. We've had the benefit of negotiating 2 very good union contracts. We have very good employees with the city of Chardon. They agreed to 2 years with no pay raises, and then the 3rd year of those contracts will depend on our income tax revenues.
How would shared county services, fire, safety, education, refuse collection affect your economic sector? And do you see it happening?
I do believe in regionalization of city services. I do believe it has a very useful purpose in fire and safety, but particularly in recreation. The city of Chardon has initiated cooperative efforts with Munson Township, Chardon Township, and Hamden Township to begin dialogue on sharing and coordinating recreational opportunities. Maybe there's a way we can share resources and make better use of taxpayers' money. I do also believe that it is applicable to fire and safety. I think we can save money by regionalization so every township can share fire and police resources. Do I think it'll happen? No. Not for quite a while. I think each of us wants our own fire and police department for our own protection, and that's our safety network, and we're willing to pay for it right now. In 10 years, if money continues to be tight, communities are starving for money, I think that our views on how we do business today is going to change remarkably.
What do you envision the biggest challenge in 2012?
Construction of the service garage is the first one. It hit a rough road in the beginning, and justifiably so. There are many residents that are going to be living close to this facility that just aren't comfortable with us taking down trees and putting up a service center. That'll be the first and most pressing need that we have. We've been out of a garage for 3 years, and at the graciousness of the county, we rent their facility on Center Street, and we're spending about $14,000 a year for that facility. The second one is going to be to address our water sewer rate structure. Currently, the city general fund is supplementing the water sewer system to the tune of about $400,000 to $500,000 a year. We've had a freeze on all of our water sewer rates for the period that we had promised the voters, that 5-year period, because we increased rates about 30% 5 years ago. We're going to have to revisit that and make our water sewer system a little more financially viable without the continuation of general fund money. Plus, part of our retirement of debt is directly related to the number of housing starts because we have a system development fee. And when no homes are being built, we don't recover the amount of money we need to retire that debt for the improvements to the water sewer system.